When I started hiking, I had fear of wild animals, of getting lost, and budget was a constraint. 8 years and 11,000 kilometers later, now I feel very confident in the outdoors. In this video, I'm going to share my personal framework that will help you grow as a hiker without the struggle. But before I explain that, it is important to address the myths, the half truths, and lies about outdoors. And I'm sure it is these that are holding you back. Now, many people relate the outdoors with a lot of discomfort. People feel that when we head out into the outdoors, expecting a lot of suffering is pretty usual, but that is not the case. I strongly believe that outdoors has to be as comfortable as indoors so that we often try and experience wilderness and make it a part of our life. Now, we get enough rough experiences in the city, so I don't feel like we have to head out into the wild to have more rough experiences. So we have to figure out through outdoor education the right ways through which we can smoothen our experiences in the wilderness. Now, hiking is also considered as an activity that is costly or that requires a lot of money. But I strongly believe that this happens only when you try to jump the curve, when you're trying to overestimate your capabilities and underestimate the wilderness. If you have a very gradual introduction in the field of hiking, then you can start with whatever resources you have at your disposal, and hiking to start with is definitely a very budget friendly activity. Now, many people think that outdoors is only for the young, the able bodied, and fit individuals. Whenever I've asked someone to think or imagine a hiker, they always imagine a hiker who is completely covered with a lot of gear from top to bottom, and he looks as if he's going to scale a mountain in a very short span of time. But at the same time, I think it is high time that we also diversify these outdoorsy ideals. After spending so many years hiking on different trails, I've come across shepherds. They are definitely not loaded with a lot of gear. They use very simple clothes, simple techniques, but their skill level is so high that they're able to spend a good amount of time in the wilderness. They'll be there on the meadows with their sheep and cattle for month-long duration. So as a modern hiker, I would rather pick the best of both the scenarios and build a system that will work for myself. This will also make outdoors a very inclusive activity. We'll be able to think that yes, I don't have to wait for a day where I'll become very fit and then I'll start hiking. There is enough outdoors at your present fitness level also. All you need to do is figure out how can I find a trail that is suitable for my fitness levels. By doing this, you can suggest trails to an elderly, you can suggest trails for a kid on which the parents and the kid can hike together. This makes outdoors a very, very inclusive activity. Last but not the least, outdoors is also considered very dangerous. The first question that comes to your mind is, what if I run into a wild animal? What if I get lost? When you look at a video of a human walking on a steep arete with drops on both sides, it definitely makes you overwhelmed. It kicks in all the fears that you have. I believe that it is good to have fear. Fear helps save our life. That is why it is induced in our body. And a very gradual introduction to your fear will one day transform that fear into a skill that will help you again experience the outdoors in a very comfortable way. So, therefore, it is important to make sure that whenever we talk about hiking or outdoors, you have this mentality that yes, I can have a beautiful, great time in the outdoors. I'll enjoy that time in the wilderness. I'll be able to hike with confidence without compromising on my safety. And all of this will come when you have a strong foundation of outdoor education. Now, when we talk about outdoor education could be many things. But let's talk about what all things do you really need to learn in order to become an efficient hiker in the long run. Now, whenever we try study hiking, the first thing that comes to our mind is that we should know outdoor navigation so that we don't get lost on the trail. We should know how does an animal or wild animal behaves so that we can avoid all the encounters whenever possible. It is also important to know that what are the different hiking seasons in which you can access a particular landscape. I strongly believe that failing to plan is basically planning to fail, and therefore trek planning is something that you should definitely learn. Then there is a plethora of options to choose from when it comes to gear, which gear would suit what kind of activity and at what experience level. Similarly, camping and sleeping is another module that you need to focus and learn to spend a very comfortable time in the outdoors. You should know how to cook, and you should also know different hiking techniques that the landscapes would demand. You would know how to cross a stream, how to make sure that you don't fall into a crevasse. At the same time, now we all know that when we talk about backcountry, we don't have access to medical services, and therefore quick first aid or basic first aid also comes in as a very handy activity. For solo hikers and individuals who hike in small groups, it is important that you also learn about self-rescue. Now, there are these so many things that you really need to learn as a hiker. And in my experience, I've learned everything in a very jumbled form. But now I've realized that it is possible to create a very simplified framework in which a beginner can start and then reach to different levels in a very gradual fashion. So, this is where I would like to introduce to you the 5 stages of growth for a hiker. Now, this model basically helps you hike with a lot of confidence without compromising on your safety, and it ensures a very gradual introduction so that your fear can be transformed into the desired skill. The very first stage is all about doing a lot of day hikes. Day hike basically means spending a smaller stipulated amount of time in the wilderness, but coming back to the comfort of civilization in the night. So a day hike can be as small as 2 hours and it can be as long as 12 hours. You're spending the whole day in the wilderness, but you're coming back to civilization. You're not carrying any camping gear. You don't have to invest on any gear to start with. You're not cooking any food. But you're also learning a lot of skills about maybe building a direction sense. You would know how to navigate on trails. You would still know that what kind of clothing you should wear, whether the shoe that you're wearing is ideal for you or not. You can still learn a lot of hiking techniques just by spending a day in the outdoors. Once you spend a good amount of time on stage one by doing good number of day hikes, you will become very comfortable hiking at your own pace. You would also know at what pace you actually hike when it comes to these landscapes. Now you're ready to transition into stage two, which we call as multi-day hikes. But again, here the catch is you're still not camping even in stage two. Stage two just combines a series of day hikes one after the other. So now you're spending bigger amount of time in the wilderness. You are basically again starting maybe from a homestay or a tea house. You're hiking throughout the day. Again, you're ending your hike on a tea house. You're still carrying a small 10 to 15 liter backpack, which whatever gear you need to spend the day, maybe a raincoat, a power bank, food, and some water. By joining all these day hikes, you're able to learn more about in terms of how many days you can hike very comfortably without compromising on your safety. What kind of fitness is required in order to do all these hikes? There are plethora of examples. All the hikes like Everest Base Camp, Annapurna Circuit, Annapurna Base Camp, so many trails in the Western Ghats in Maharashtra can be done in this fashion, where these treks are very popular, and these are called either tea house treks or homestay treks. Now, once you've done this enough, make sure that each stage you're doing it enough to build this confidence and address your fears. Once you have done stage two enough, you'll transition to stage three, which I call as just camping and no hiking. Now it is time for you to basically learn how to spend a night in the wilderness with a lot of comfort. You have done enough hikes during the day. Now you want to learn how would I safely camp. Now, in order to do this, I would rather ask you to detach hiking and just camp. How can you do this? You can just go to a village, you can go to a homestay, a tea house, and right outside that civil point of civilization, you can find a small patch of soft ground, maybe sunburns, a field of farmland, and you have to just pitch your tent right there. And you have to sleep in that tent throughout the night. So please remember that I'm not carrying this tent anywhere. I'm not again investing on a backpack or a sleep system. I'm just maybe borrowing a tent and I'm just trying to understand how to pitch a tent, how to sleep comfortable, how claustrophobic do I feel when I sleep throughout the night in this tent? How does it feel when the rain hits the fly sheet? So, whatever mistakes in camping that you can do, you can comfortably do here. Because if you don't feel comfortable, you can just open up the zip of your tent and you can get inside the homestay again. So, there's a lot of cushion here. Again, you're also not cooking here. You can eat food in the homestay and you can sleep outside. So, you're in a very comfortable environment. But now there are so many things that you already know about camping. You may not know maybe how to do a good campsite selection, but you would know how to pitch the tent, how to unpitch the tent, how to have a comfortable sleep. If you are someone who would want to have a pillow to have a comfortable sleep, you can invest into a pillow rather than just wrapping up your jacket and putting it under your neck. So in stage three, all you have to do is just camp. Remember, you're not hiking here, no investment. So here in stage four, all you have to do is combine all the skills that you have learned in all three stages. Now we are mixing hiking and camping for the very first time. You'll start your day hiking, you'll reach the campsite, you'll camp, you'll spend a night in the outdoors, and next day you'll just come back to the starting point of the hike and you're back into civilization. Note the point here that here we are not introducing the element of outdoor cooking. Since you're spending just one night, you can just carry fresh food or packed food or snacks with you. Any food that has a shelf life of more than 24 hours would suffice in this particular stage. Again, make sure that you practice this enough so that you become very comfortable on how to pack your backpack, all the elements that you need in order to hike and camp, how to carry it comfortably on your shoulders. Then you have enough time once you reach the campsite to pitch the tent, unpitch the tent, make sure that you have very comfortable sleep during the night, and then come back to civilization the next day. Stage four is very crucial when it comes to learning how to become a long distance hiker in the long run. Now, moving on to the last stage, stage five, which we call as multi day treks. This is where whatever you have done on stage 4, you'll try to replicate along with introducing the art of outdoor cooking. Now, this is where you'll be able to envision that you have reached a stage where you can finally pick a trail which is maybe 2 nights and 3 days long. And as you keep practicing, you can now do longer hikes which are maybe month long traverses in the wilderness. So, this was a quick introduction to the 5 stages of growth, in which you make sure that you have a very gradual introduction. This is all backed by skill, and this will definitely help you hike with a lot of confidence without compromising on your safety in the wilderness. As you grow as a hiker, you would require a set of outdoor skills. These skills will ensure a smooth transition from one stage to the next. In order to help you build a better understanding of these skills, I've created a workshop called the Growth Blueprint for Hikers. It is a paid, on demand online workshop where I share my personal framework so that you can have these skills. In this workshop, we also talk about the common mistakes that you should avoid and how you can save both time and money in your hiking journey. I've shared the link to the workshop below. Do check it out. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching.